It's never felt more open for the taking. Favorites in this game, but is that when the pressure hits?
Well, and everyone's been talking about Grim and how he's been the danger man for paiN. He's in the position to do damage, and he's knocked down straight away. Hauser tries to explode onto the stage, but he can't control the nerves on the dualies, and so paiN break through. Fast topside play. And paiN left staggered in a 2v4. Pistol teed up for paiN to start this series strong.
Yeah, Grim didn't move a muscle in his position. He knew it was coming, but paiN still flushed him out with ease. The firepower gets him through, and a simple pistol with nothing to do for Nyx. He's got a kit, he's got an upgrade, but he's probably got to save. paiN, put down that pistol round and take the start of their T side.
The side of paiN, talk about these guys waiting to get back to a stage. It's the Austin Major where you saw them make real headway, but they've been kind of left to the sidelines since that point, and so this is a moment they've been waiting to build back to. They've already started strong with the pistol. This is the round where they can try and have a very clean start. They'll keep things even in a 3-on-3, battling down towards this lower site. And with DGT containing ramp, paiN left a man down for the retake.
JT took that 5-on-4 with a Deagle, and if we follow in the group stage, it means they're going to lose this round. But maybe he can finish what he started. paiN, ready, waiting with bomb and vent. Escape option available. But will DGT lurk out upper, or will he regroup back on this B bomb site? JT has another chance, and he nails the shot. They know he's close by, but with no one in the site, paiN run in to put that bomb down.
All right, uncharted waters now. JT, keen with the Deagle. Got a little taste of this back in the groups. It's called for Halzerg to move in as well, who's coming on the vent side. Good clear for Big Azera.
Huge.
Doesn't let that Deagle harass any longer. Halzerg looking in the right place. That's a 4 damage tag.
Wow.
Feels like he gets a little robbed there, but NQZ's happy with it, and so are the rest of paiN.
Yeah, perfect way to finish that off. That's an impossible position to really clear. We've seen him have some really poor maps, but he's also been the reason they've won entire series. Can be hit and miss. Grim.
All right.
Well, there's not much behind this. He is the only armored player. But with a 5-on-4, paiN move outside. They've lost their lurker. This info for paiN shouldn't be a surprise that everyone is in yard, and I love the rotation they're making. 2 players down lower can come up secret together. They're in no hurry. They beckon paiN in.
If anything, you're really hoping that you get 1 player kind of lurking your way, maybe 2. It's a fair fight down at lower, and with JT's Deagle delivering oh God! They weren't supposed to win this round. Won't be easy still, even in the 4-on-2, but the pressure's certainly on for paiN. The bomb's stuck on Big Azera's back out in the yard. He's been dinked, he's been found. Lowy come round, ready to come through for paiN, unless Snow can go above and beyond. Dead! And so that's an upset early for paiN UA.
Oh dear. Only DGT's rifle here, scout for NQZ. paiN in control, even Halzerg's orb comes out early. They finally did it. They finally convert it. Oh, but don't get ahead of yourself, because that's the $5,000 orb gone. I don't think they believe the smokes, but I also don't think they believe that paiN would do this. Dry outside, downstairs.
Grim in position to try and stop this. Could catch players crossing, but instead just plays for the info. There's a catch for Big Azera. And this is rapidly starting to get away from paiN. Lower's been taken. They have no control, and it might just be playing a save here.
Oh, this is a disaster. What can you do, right? They get hung up on the lobby after Big Azera gets his kill. They're not going to find him. Even going down the vent is a risk.
Surely
JT
not.
wants to throw his hat in the ring.
But he's the only guy here. It's very disjointed. JT down the vents, no one else in position to go. That feels like a really desperate move in a round that's already so far gone.
It feels like Grim went for the info and paiN didn't play off of it, right? He spots the fact that they're crossing outside. I thought we were going to get a full group ramp and just rotate down B together, knowing that paiN were just running amok there with 25 seconds. But no, 1v1's taken. And a hostile environment here as paiN come hunting for these guns, trying to take this orb away. That is worst case scenario. At least they save the orb. paiN very patient and full faith in the captain's calling as well. You really better believe in Bigger's error after he pulls off that last round.
Are they ready for JT up close? There's the clear. Snow gets the info, but info's only half the battle. JT's the remaining half. He'll find a double. NQZ with this scout watches on. Halzerk has learned a thing or two about peeking into this fight, and so thinks better of it.
Nyx is exploitable right now on low health. It's their best option.
Try and force this into main. Bigazera leads the charge. Nyx just gets out of there.
Good move.
And so space taken over towards main, but getting into this A site could prove tricky. The rotate's already here for Passion.
Grim up in heaven, but right now Nyx has a lot to worry about. That info is really important, and Grim supplements it with a kill. We got a low health player. Ooh. Grim's just gonna feast on this Org. Who needs the scope? One by one they trickle in, one by one they die. Passion UA put second on the board. This is a combat save for DGT. And JT, who found 2 kills close outside, also dinked this third player. So what value from your in-game leader? He's proven to be a bit of a threat individually in this tournament. It's the only guy I've
Rarely,
seen.
if ever, see it purchased up. Maybe a struggling IGL in a game decides, why not, I'll give it a go. But outside of that, you never see it used.
Nice shot.
Zerk in the feed to open up this round. And there is a good deal of potential here. You know, if you can get Halzerk kind of fired up, having farming around like this, where there's little to go against him. Grim's trying to do the same. Put to work. Never wants to be Orgless again. Grim with 3. And NQZ, in the blink of an eye, is left in a 1v5.
Run it back, save at red. What can you do here? Grim has unleashed the beast. And like you said, right, struggling in-game leader, maybe pulling this out to get an easier kill. In a position like B-Apps or Mirage, you know, scoping on a deep line. No, Grim does this everywhere. Every map, every half, he can. He'll pull it through. And Gavem to close, cleans up with a 5 alive round. Grim taking, saw that nice A execute in the pistol. This is paiN's pick. This is one that they've looked reliable on. So is it going to be something different? Or just back to outside smokes?
Halzerk in with an aggressive move. He wants to get ahead of whatever the play is out in the yard, and he will manage it.
And now
while we were watching Halzerk, EGT does secure 1, but there's aggression all across the board here from Passion. Nyx in with a chance. They go to try and clear out the ramp room. EGT and co playing late. Davideus lends a helping hand, and Halzerk's dead on the retreat. That early kill out in the yard proves not to matter, and now it's just Grim. His trusty Org by his side. He's been spotted there on the clear, and Bigazera makes quick work over him.
Okay, Passion held it together on the anti-eco, but they definitely get ahead of themselves on this one. All making plays. Nyx pushing the door smoke.
Instead, it's once again back to a yard focus here. Smokes down, and Halzerk, scope trained out through secret. Gonna find a 5v4. This time, no antics from the likes of paiN to get kills elsewhere. They're gonna have to go and earn them out in the yard.
Cheeky, and that nade keeps JT distracted. So Snow should have this in the back. He whiffs it. JT, a shocking kill to extend the advantage, but Bigazera answers.
He's picked up Grim's Org,
no.
and he's thinking, damn, I could get used to this.
It is a captain's gun after all. 2 kills, laser beams and back in a 3-on-5.
And they're gonna try and walk it into A.
Oh.
Grim, you gotta show them that you're the Org man. Can't get outdone by Bigazera. This ain't even his main.
Oh, perfect.
Creep up on top of the heart. Grim will have no idea, even if he takes it. Oh, drop down and catches him back turned.
Surprise.
Found now, Gavem maybe in a position to deny, but that is ugly. And NQZ got on in time. Halzerk spotted. And paiN starts streaking them together. Problems emerging for Passion UA.
Don't do this. This is one step too far. On top of the heart, Halzerk tries his luck, but they're even coming for him in secret. His only safe exit really is B to ramp. And even that has now been closed. There's no getting out of here. You have to fight for your life. Nice position for NQZ. Finds the kill. And lead taken back. Bigazera is buying in.
To the win over the Mongols and that great performance versus Falcons. So you're going to need them switched online. This was always going to be an uphill battle. Pushing through main. Kill like that comes along for free. Nyx gets it.
Flash looked good, but Nyx either dodges it or it doesn't connect. That one certainly does. Dropping in through the main roof. There's a second layer to this split, and they've got Nyx boxed in.
Needs to do big damage.
Wow.
Davideus just a spinning top out in the yard. Rips the head off of Kavem on that re-aggro. Nyx might have to get a lot done here. They're walking into each other. He's just blocked them in the door, but no realization. He didn't spot the player in lobby. And that's a disaster. Vent rotate opens up. And paiN say goodbye to this A play and drop down into the safety of B. If it's JT to meet the AWP first, that's rough, but Halzerk will have this, and that opens up a 2v2. Still a chance here for Passion.
Yeah, they can drop Vent instantly. They're going to be a little bit worried, but Halzerk, he fears no one. He just storms in, down to the single door, hearing that bomb plant. Bigazera's position up for debate. He looks to take this fight head on. Halzerk's patience might just pay off, but Bigazera thinks better of it. Eyeing up one of these 1v1s. Bigazera's got to commit at a certain point, and so he will with the flash. Halzerk cut down. JT, Captain Clutch. He's got the kit smoke. Not to be. paiN. Excellent positions, excellent mid-round. They find a 7th on this T side. When Bigazera talks, paiN listen. I love the decisiveness of some of these calls in the mid-round. Even that vent drop, perfect move. 5-on-4, responded by Halzerk atop the roof, but can he survive? Yard has been paiN's territory. Snow again plays behind the smokes, and with JT making steps, he might be paying his price. Snow is in hot pursuit. He has very good timing, and look at JT not aware of this in the slightest. Sneaky Snow behind the smoke, and 3v3 ensues.
These lobby aggro rounds are so often been a problem, but here Halzerk able to lend a helping hand, and that will flip the script. Passion, a man advantage given away.
The bomb is in spawn.
Okay, that could be a big problem.
It certainly might be, but not if they just fight their way through. That's what they want to do. NQZ looking into main, but the full reset Passion playing this group.
Time so low. Passion out of position. The top site is empty. They've read this as a B play. They're trying to get ahead of it. This big lull in the action has actually allowed an empty top site in the way of paiN.
Perfect.
Passion are thinking, who are these guys? What have they just done? But in reality, it's all this movement, the gap created, and that bomb that should have been a mistake dropped back in the spawn creates the perfect window for Passion to move in, and they can still finish this half in a really strong way. 2v2 in the post plant. No time to get super comfortable here. They're both grouped at the back of the site. NQZ trying to take first contact. So much time lost in this round, and now Passion, they've got to rush it and rush to their demise. paiN with a lot of success on their T side to open up this quarterfinal.
At this point, if you win the pistol, it's just pure luck.
Pistol's been anything but perfect for Passion. And this one feels like a requirement if they want to run away with Nuke. paiN, 8 rounds. Storming our Passion towards spawn. Look at the wrap round right now below heaven. They don't realize Snow is still finding high impact. 2 kills. He's figured it out. Grim up close does respond. But this is a 2v5. And feeling impossible. Snow puts him on his back.
And so he's at least got comfortable ground to stand on here. And this A site is actually somewhat takeable and could facilitate a plant. It just comes down to how much heavy lifting Grim could do. Halzerk would be in the site all on his lonesome if they want to keep Grim up here. And so first he's got to cover, allow that bomb plant to even come in. Then he's got to steal himself away and be prepared to clutch up should it come down to that. They will get the site control they're looking for. This one might not be entirely over yet. Halzerk with a bomb plant.
Gotta hit hard.
Grim with the covering fire, and that plant found. Halzerk now goes searching. They say, you know what, you're the only guy down on the ground. Play with a bit of freedom. Try to take something with you on your way out. But it's just Grim left standing. Davideus goes for the throat, and that's a pistol round secured from paiN. They run away with it.
Passion have not given you any reason to. Fast outside. Kavem leading the pack. He's got a Molotov. He's just going to go for the straight up kill.
Ooh, not a bad way to open. DGT dead out towards Secret and room taken. Oh, it's awkward. Snow got the spot and Nick's dead on the drop down. Snow gives chase. Only for a moment. Are they ready for a second player all the way through the vents? There's even one back from NQZ, and so paiN fighting every step of the way for this. And there's the backstab connecting on a Halzerk.
Whenever there's one, there's always more here with paiN.
Finding every gap. JT now looks to try and give them a taste of their own medicine, but they're holding the vents. They're on his position. JT can't clutch up. paiN with a very convincing game.
What you don't want, paiN, is confident. And this run would certainly set them up for that. A team that said themselves, they know they can win any tournament they go to. They believe that. They have the players to. But the form has been the question. We're right now in it.
I also just think, you know, after that major run, they put a lot of pressure on themselves. Suddenly they had all these expectations, and that was a humbling experience in their next few outings, right? Changes the way you view yourself in these tournaments, changes the way you view the game. Whereas in a map like this, you kind of just get to sit back and have some fun with it. You find a great degree of comfort. And they're looking for a flawless finish. A 5 alive round for 10 in a row.
Don't move a muscle. paiN trying to squeeze anything out of this round. The routing is nice, but they can't waste time in going for this move. 30 seconds. Davideus waiting patiently to finish the job. And this should just be easy as 1, 2, 3. Like a knife through butter. A1S in the door, waits for the lineup.
Ooh. They will get past Davideus, but this is not the time to try and build back in, surely. Back turned, Big Azera. Feels fitting that it's the captain of paiN, the one to do it to them. Time running low, and here he is. It's paiN for passion, and nothing but passion from paiN to open up this quarterfinal run. paiN have got to take themselves back to the drawing board, try and get switched online, because that was a non-starter of a map.
The spirit of victory, the desire to be first, the challenge to be the best. We keep an eye on their victories, worry when something goes wrong, and rejoice even more when we see success. Whether it's a game at a major championship, a new vlog, a stream, or a simple social media post, all of these immerse us in the world of CS. We are among their thousands of fans. We are Skin Club.
For paiN, it would be the first playoff win since Austin, going out first in 2 quarterfinals in Belgrade and Bucharest. But here on a stage, paiN finding comfort. B execute for passion. Snow taps him back. He's got dualies in store.
Yeah, seen paiN do this before, right? You drop a little spare pair of dualies over, and now he's that much more well-equipped for this retake. Fast flank in through Banana as well. That's the bomb away from paiN UA. And it's only Nick's left in the blink of an eye. Thinks he's pushing a USP. He's not. It's Snow waiting on those dual Berettas. The poor pistol.
He's only 18 years of age. Got a bright future indeed.
I think as well, you know, when we spent a lot of time looking at paiN and how they're kind of crumbling under the pressure, but to big up paiN a little ahead of the major, this would be a real treat to finally get back in an arena, do it all over again. But hold on a second, breakthrough round here for paiN UA. They weren't meant to win this. They come through with a force. They get away with kills out in the apartments, and the round is robbed right before your very eyes.
All right, some explosive CS. That's what we like to see here out of paiN, playing with some bravado, some confidence finally in this game, and winning yet another force buy. Hey, you can't pick up the pistols, but it doesn't matter if you take the second round, all redeemed.
Now, they did win one of their forces back on Nuke, and that was where they tried to start their streak early. It got immediately returned on, though, from paiN. It took them a little while to find their footing in spite of that early success, so they don't want it to happen again. They're even trying to hunt here in at the close.
I don't think it's worth it now. Don't go through these smokes. You got 2 M4s taken out of this eco round. You may as well be happy with that. You mentioned paiN. paiN throw a spanner in the works. Back up Banana.
Snow with aggression. He's got one of the big guns in the round, and it's gone immediately. Big Azera trying to back up, and paiN here ready to give chase. Famus on the line, but Big Azera got to go bigger than that. He's got to go huge, and there's 2. Enough of a hold from the captain of paiN. It's Grim getting aggressive through the smoke, and that's more like it from Grim. The star of passion finally starts shining. And NQZ on this smoke walk, meant to succeed where everyone else has failed. He will. Gets it down to a 1v1, a real test for Nyx now. As he's going to stop NQZ in his tracks. He'll rise to the occasion.
That was very scary for a second. Biguzera's 3K felt like it was enough. And
I think it's really hard to gauge, looking at the history, exactly where they're at on these maps, because there was such a long time between the last official and showing up to this tournament. And so maybe they've got more tricks up their sleeve. A little contact walk into the B site here.
Wow.
And Grim provides the opening. Second player spotted in the form of Snow as well. He goes for him, and there's Nyx with the trade.
look how aggressive Grim is playing right now. It's paying off. They're able to trade him out and keep the round in their hand there. We might be in for something in this quarterfinal. At least the AWP is saved. An attempt at the B pick denied.
Because you're seeing a real mixed bag of rounds out of passion, and they're not playing scared anymore. Again, fast up through Banana. JT trying to keep the pressure on, but there's something different in this round. It was Nyx hoping to run amok up through long. Cut off from the rest of the pack, but they find success up in a B again. Biguzera dead. And a fast flank down through middle. DGT boxes them in.
Yeah, he's not going to overcommit either. The smoke block comes in, or the Molotov instead. And there's a smoke to follow up. Passion can't get out. They are stuck in this Banana. Can they peel away? 3-on-2 into the bomb site. In they go, but the flashes do nothing. Snow able to peek after the fact. Put one more down. Will meet his limit. 2v1 here. Rotate comes in. The door is still closed. Passion push on. Sticking that bomb puts them maybe even favored.
NQZ only has one shot left in this AWP. He tried to commit to the spam. And both Grim and Halzerk are looking to pressure him. They'll come through, but the timing's a little off. Halzerk won't get there in time to trade the AWP. And so now he's got to do it all alone. Davideus comes as a surprise. Two players back in the ruins. And Halzerk wasn't ready for it. That's a second round collected for paiN.
Could have jumped on that. Wow, JT doesn't know how free a kill he just missed. DGT got to fall back. Right now the util is wrecking Passion.
Locked out middle, you've got multiple players brought down low, and even though you get this room, you need to try and get something on the back of it. Kevem and Grim, they'll provide openings, but a third man over here at long in the form of Biguzera, that might come as a bit of a surprise. They've spotted him now, unable to deal with him, and he'll link up with Davideus for this A-site hold. Two players in the site. Snow left a long way from the action, just in case Passion try and get tricky with it in this 3-on-2. Their eyes are set on this A-play. They'll go right into this two-man hold. Good job for Hauser. Can't make it a double. And I really like what Biguzera does there. Doesn't get caught up, doesn't get tunnel visioned in fighting long. Instead, just barrels through, takes the space, links up with Davideus.
Passion still look like they want to expel util to clear close positions, though, so it's going to make this pretty clear to paiN what's going on. Going to see a swap of positions. Util being brought to this B bomb site, and it will be needed to stop Passion UA.
Yeah, Biguzera's pieced this one together ahead of time. Knows that they're committed to this B player.
Yeah.
There's a lineup on the smoke. Trying to run through is Grim, but he's so blind. DGT handed a freebie. And the Banana play is getting denied left and right. DGT knows only unrelenting aggression as he pushes through for a fourth. Wide smiles on the faces of paiN. They tie this game up.
You want to be more calculated. You want to move away from these set plays. Luckily, paiN will bring the fight to them. It's Snow again, fearless through the Molotov. JT's left to his own devices here, and it could be a problem. That flash lands perfectly. Snow coming inside, finds it for free. 5v4, and that early gambit gone here for Passion. Can their rifles dig them out of this mess?
Oh, backstab out through mid. It's only Grim getting kills right now for Passion UA. Creeping on to double digits while the rest of the gang sluggishly in behind him. Zerk has just not even gotten started here on this second map.
Yeah, he's had chances as well, I feel like. Those B post plants. Good flash, sets him up for something. And QZ is low, he's going to reaggress. This guy's feeling fearless right now. But is it all the way back?
I mean, paiN have always kind of tried to bear in mind the fact that it might be in Passion's best interest in these moments in the rounds to try and get tricky with it, right? To try and manipulate the CT setup somewhat and do the unexpected. And so Snow has never moved from this B site. He's had full faith in his teammates to hold down the other side. And during all this downtime, NQZ and DGT have just cleared out top mid. paiN now know what's happening. They know it's not the A play. They tell Snow to prepare for the battle ahead. They have this flank on the cards. Snow's just trying to buy some time, ideally, but he might look for even more than that. Here's them moving in, has DGT on a fast flank. He takes this fight early, and with so little time left, they've got to get the bomb planted. Nick's rushing to plug in those numbers, but DGT up close, gets him off the bomb. Felt like a lose-lose for Nyx, and so he doesn't even attempt it.
Yeah, he wasn't even getting rushed, but he doesn't know that. Here's a step up close. There's nothing you can do. You just hope both players are on your screen.
Nyx has had some chances, but I mean, no one's showing up outside of Grim right now for Passion.
Hey, welcome to the
and you
stage.
can't be a one-man army, especially not against this paiN team. Like you say, all very snowbally, all down to fight, and every step of the way. Now it's Amadeus' time in the limelight.
Chance.
2 quick kills. Still the pistols break through. This was how Passion won an unlikely round back in that first couple. Doing it with just pistols on an A play. They'll get themselves eased into a 3-on-3 post plant.
We have pit mollies here, because double pit with the rifles makes this very interesting for Passion.
Molly lands back sight. Forces Grim wide and into the open. Second molly, but it falls a little shy. Grim's still allowed to hide out here. Snow runs him down.
No.
Big Azera with
Can't lose
another.
this.
Nyx 1v2 being asked for. They're on the bomb. He's missing the lineup. Pressure's setting in. Nyx can't do it. Snow steals it right from under his nose.
And such a nice try for Nyx. I mean, his bullets are right on the mark. They look perfect. Jumps out, kills the cover. 1 bullet more would have done it.
Nah, credit to the individuals on Passion, credit to Big Azera as well. It feels like once he kind of pieces together, gets in the head of his opponent, he becomes unstoppable.
Okay.
1 kill for onto Snow. JT to open.
Momentum or no? They're going to stop. Happy with their 5-on-4, causing a lot of panic at B. Nyx needs a kill in apartments.
I think in a regular game, this would feel like the right call, but you've really struggled in some of these fights, and now you're leaving it into the mid-round with players who feel a little dazed and confused.
Oh, and Boiler as well, big problem.
Amadeus goes unchecked, gets out with another, and this advantage, well, they're able to hold on to it. Kill in the downtime out of Kavem helps open up this A play, and now 3-on-2 in the post plant. Kavem tries to extend that even further. Passion looking for a streak-breaking round in the final of the half here. As only NQZ remains, he's on the other side of the map.
And he's lost his gun. He threw his ult back somewhere and he can't find the rifle, so this has gone a little bit awkward here. Shouldn't be his round regardless. It's Passion UA, a bit of pace to push them over the line and find a 5, or am I wrong? NQZ moves in. Crossfire should make this impossible. There is no excuse for Passion to close this round and give us 5 on the half, and so they'll do that at least. Breaking this streak and breaking into the game, it's not too late for Passion UA.
If paiN swing for the fences here, get away with a pistol win, they are on the fast track to the semis.
Yeah, 2-11 here for Passion in these pistols, and so paiN will just jump at the opportunity to run away with the early half once more. 5v4 found by Snow yet again, and
Good kill to open, right? Now you just slow it right down. All right, Nyx.
stolen something.
Ready for that. He's at least got a late trade on his Snow out in mid. A bit of info from it as well. He heard extra players fire off. He had multiple on his screen. But all that serve as misdirection. They're actually getting aggressive with it. This is the bomb here, trapped in mid, and they're trying to charge him down. Flash in by QZ, and there's the support from ult. They go right into the trap. Grim dead on the other side of the map, and paiN turn what was looking like a dire situation into the ultimate advantage. They box Passion in middle, and that's where the pistol ends.
Thank you, Big Uzera. What a flashbang. 3 players jumping blind.
No, you're dead on. I mean, big picture here, right? paiN is supposed to feel like they're a level above this team.
And right now they are.
Especially in this type of environment, right? That's what you tell yourself. Maybe on a good day, paiN online can bring us a bit of challenge, but here, in person, in an arena, we have the edge.
Yeah,
and they're playing like it.
And Kavem has definitely crumbled in this series, right? He's offered us nothing, was in difficult positions in that first map, but now dead again. Halzerg traded after one, and they're just wrapping the site. Nyx has walked away. He's lost control completely. And while the bomb was there for all but a moment, there's nothing for Nyx to do. It's going to make it in.
But that smoke down on short that kind of obscures Boiler, or at least it was earlier. I think there's a party that might have to be considering this. Turn around in the apartments. DGT at least gets the spot. Nyx not allowed to play trigger discipline and go on some crazy mowdown. We'll have flashes to try and set up his teammates on the Moto side, but Grim dead as he departs that smoke. It's Nyx. Oh, that's a nice sequence. AQZ run down and paiN. All right, must win rifle round. Well, they'll win it. Halzerg never leaves the line.
They went too deep there in the cubby. Oh, second one nails it though. They just know the AWP is here and they find the leg shot. Smoke on the Molotov. Kavem fires early, but maybe just in time to take one with him. Snow gone is a big scalp to find.
Off of the AWP now. AQZ tries to get it done on the AK. Pass JT out along. This is all the fake, by the way. What we're watching over here in mid, just designed to keep players at this A site.
Take it.
NQZ on a smoke walk will get punished. But as we say, the real commitment is into B. It's into Grim. Meant to be unfazed by the pressure, but with two players bearing down on him, there's only so much he can do, and Dabadeus provides the entry.
It's awkward, but it should be fine. Just buy time here. Bomb's down. They're hyper-fixated on DGT right now. He is wasting the clock, rotting him. As they both come in for this kill on the lurk, he might send them to an early grave. Halzerg's AWP, all that remains, legged already. And regardless of how you slice this is paiN responding immediately. Taking paiN's bank out while they do.
And this late in the game, you know, getting your money broken, 11-6 down. Halzerg's not even guaranteed to get out with the AWP.
I'd say it's not likely.
They are closing in on him, and at 5 and 13, he doesn't pose much of a threat. Halzerg, a dead man.
Pacifist gameplay for Halzerg right now. He's having trouble in this series as well.
So if you want to deliver there, you wanted this one to feel easy. Here it is, all in aggression in what might be your final round on the stage in Hong Kong. paiN battle in to alt mid. Snow can't do anything to contain it, and there's Nyx and Grim. Two-man tag team for paiN. They'll find a 5v2. Now, because no round has felt impossible, paiN still justify giving this one a bit of exploration. They'll go back and look into mid.
Absolutely, give it a try, because even damage is going to matter in this follow-up round.
Grim's so low down here.
Easy
Dropping in, Big Azera with the check. Ready for a re-swing out from middle, and this feels like a pretty crazy gamble. Yeah, they were bringing a third player over to B. That left A only in the hands of one man, so they'll split the defense 2-2.
Such a big gap in middle not being taken, at least in an attempt at the 2-on-5.
This is kind of confirming your suspicions in a way. You're expecting a lot of respect here. You know, they're not feeling super confident, anticipating that maybe they've just gone back to play within these bomb sites, and that's exactly what paiN have done. NQZ dropped down into the pit and play denied. So all right, a little bit more resistance from paiN before all is said and done, but that can't afford to just be a flash in the pan, right? How often is that aggro all the way down alt mid, the Hail Mary play gonna work? It's not something you can run back again. And they might just leave Big Azera here on his own. They've held on to this triple top mid setup for so long in the round, and now comes the time they want to do something with it. Only a two-man hold here for paiN. And so here comes the hit. They hear the footsteps now. Nyx in a good spot to try and shut this down. Gets away with his one, but now he's got to do all the heavy lifting. Another back from Nyx. There's the long wrap to deny. Big Azera threads the needle on that smoke, dodging Halzerg. It's decided on a retake. paiN have got this bomb planted. They've got time to get comfortable, time to get set up. The only util possessed by paiN, this one flash on Grim. Tossed over to Halzerg. They're going to try and let the rifles lead the charge. But waiting for them, the NQZ Orb in a post. Oh, it's a dangerous thing indeed. NQZ in one bullet has put a stop to any chance of a comeback. Morale destroyed as that collateral rings out, and it's going to send paiN through into the semi-finals.
Beautiful series from paiN. They make it quick, they make it easy, they certainly make it painful for paiN.
The spirit of victory, the desire to be first, the challenge to be the best. We keep an eye on their victories, worry when something goes wrong, and rejoice even more when we see success. Whether it's a game at a major championship, a new vlog, a stream, or a simple social media post, all of these immerse us in the world of CS. We are among their thousands of fans. We are Skin Club,